You have been living in the shadows for so long, my child, that you have forgotten the feeling of the sun upon your face. The world, with all its bright and noisy activity, has seemed to pass you by, its spotlight of attention and affirmation always falling on someone else, leaving you in a state of quiet, perpetual twilight. You have looked upon your own life, your hidden struggles, your unseen faithfulness, your quiet gifts, and you have felt the profound and heavy weight of obscurity. They, the world, in their rush to celebrate the visible, the successful, the loud, have overlooked you. Their indifference, a silent confirmation of your deepest fear that you are insignificant, that your life is a small and unnoticed story, destined to be lived out and concluded in the shadows. And in your long and weary resignation to this reality, my beloved, you have perhaps even stopped looking for the light, but I have not overlooked you, and I have come to you now, in the very heart of your shadowed life, to speak a promise of such power and love that it will shatter the gloom and change your reality forever. Do not be afraid. I will lift you out of the shadows. You know this shadowed life so well, my precious one. It is a life of limitation, of feeling hemmed in by your circumstances. It is the feeling of having magnificent wings that you are never given the space to spread, of having a beautiful song in your heart that no one ever pauses to hear. You have felt within you a great potential, a purpose, a light, but the circumstances of your life have seemed to create a low ceiling above you, preventing you from ever standing to your full spiritual height. This may have been the shadow of a chronic illness, a limiting disability, a difficult family situation, or a thankless role of service that has demanded all of your energy while offering no public recognition. Whatever its form, the effect has been the same, a profound sense of being stuck, of being confined to a small and dimly lit room while the great, sunlit world of purpose and fulfillment carries on without you. And in these shadows, my child, a deep loneliness has been your companion. It is the ache of being unseen, of your truest self remaining hidden from the world. You have carried your burdens in secret. You have fought your battles in silence. You have wept your tears with no one to comfort you. You have longed for a soul to truly see you, to recognize the beauty of your spirit, the depth of your character, the value of your quiet faithfulness. But the world is drawn to what is bright and easily understood. And so, you have often felt invisible, a ghost in your own life, your existence making no real impact on anyone. This feeling of being unseen, my child, is a deep wound to the soul I created for connection, for recognition, for love. This long season in the shadows has also been a season of profound weariness. It is exhausting to live a life that feels unappreciated, to pour out your love, your energy, your very self, into a void that seems to give nothing back. It is tiring to hold on to hope when you are surrounded by the gloom of a difficult reality. And so, your spirit has grown tired. You may have begun to believe that this is your lot, your destiny. You may have resigned yourself to this small, shadowed life, letting go of your old dreams, quieting your own aspirations, accepting the world's unspoken verdict that you are one of the background characters in life's great drama, not one of its leading heroes. This resignation, this surrender to the shadows, is the very state of despair from which I have come to lift you. The world, my beloved, worships the spotlight. It equates visibility with value. It measures significance by the amount of applause one receives. It does not understand the sacred, formative power of a season in the shadows. It does not see the profound character that is being forged in obscurity, the deep roots that are growing in the hidden darkness. And so, it cannot affirm you. It can only offer you its pity, which feels like a confirmation of your tragic state. Or it can simply ignore you altogether, which confirms your feeling of insignificance. But I'm not the world. My child, my economy of value is entirely different, and I, who see all things, I have been with you in every moment of your shadowed life. I have not overlooked you. I have not forgotten you. My gaze has been fixed upon you with a profound and tender love. And where the world has seen only obscurity, I have seen a sacred preparation. Where they have seen limitation, I have seen a divine protection. Where they have seen insignificance, I have seen the quiet, beautiful, and courageous faithfulness of a beloved child who has continued to love, to trust, and to serve, even when no one was watching. And I'm here to tell you, my precious one, that this season of your obscurity is now coming to its appointed end. You have been prepared. You have been strengthened. And now, it is time for your unveiling. It is time for you to be lifted out of the shadows and into the beautiful, purposeful light for which I have been preparing you. My promise to you is not that I will make the shadows more bearable, but that I will lift you completely out of them. I will place your feet upon a new and higher ground. I will bring you into a new season of visibility, of fruitfulness, of purpose, where the gifts I have forged in you in secret will now be displayed for my glory. Do not be afraid of this lifting. My child, do not cling to the familiar comfort of your shadows. I know it has become your home, but it is not the home I have designed for you. I have designed for you a life that is to be lived in the light, a life that is to be a beacon, a testament to my goodness and my grace. And I, your loving Father, your powerful God, I myself will be the one who lifts you. My hands are reaching for you now, into the very heart of your shadowed existence, and with a power that is as gentle as it is irresistible, I will lift you up. I will set you in a new place, and I will cause my own light to shine upon you and through you. As never before, the weight of your shadowed life is over. My child, for I have come, and I will lift you out. Yes, my precious child, as you stand upon the shadowed ground of your life, your heart now holding the first flicker of hope from my promise to lift you. Let me now address the deepest ache that this long season of obscurity has created within you, the profound and painful feeling of being unseen. You have felt invisible, my beloved. You have believed that your life, your struggles, your quiet faithfulness have been unfolding in a vacuum, unwitnessed and unacknowledged by anyone, perhaps even by me. But I am here to tell you that the shadows that have hidden you from the world have never for a moment hidden you from my sight. My gaze, my child, is not like human sight. It is not dependent on earthly light. My gaze is a divine and piercing light of its own, and it has been fixed upon you with a constant, loving, and unwavering attention through every moment of your journey. I have been watching you in the shadows all along, and I have never, ever lost sight of you, lost sight of. The world sees only what is illuminated by its own fleeting spotlights. It celebrates the visible, the prominent, the successful, and because its light has not been shining upon you, you have concluded that you are in darkness, that you are unseen. But my vision, my child, is not limited by the world's narrow beams. I see in the shadows. I see in the secret places. I see in the quiet depths of the human heart. And I tell you, my beloved, that in the season of your obscurity, while the world's gaze has passed over you, my own gaze has been more intensely, more lovingly, more focused upon you than ever before. For I am a God who is drawn to the humble, to the hidden, to the one who is faithfully serving in the unseen corners of my kingdom. I have seen it all, my child. I have been the silent, loving audience to the entire drama of your shadowed life. I have seen your quiet acts of courage, the moments you have chosen to do the right thing, when no one was there to applaud you. When, in fact, it would have been easier to do otherwise. I have seen you choose kindness in the face of cruelty, integrity in the face of compromise, hope in the face of despair. These hidden victories of your character, which have had no earthly witness, have been a magnificent and celebrated spectacle in my sight. And my heart has swelled with a father's pride at the beautiful, strong person you have been becoming. There in the secret, formative shadows, I have seen your hidden tears. My precious one, I have witnessed every tear of loneliness, of frustration, of a sorrow so deep you could not give it voice. You have believed you wept alone, but I have been there, my spirit your comforter, my presence your sanctuary, my heart feeling the very ache that caused your tears to fall. And I have treasured every single one, not as a sign of your weakness, but as a testament to your tender, feeling heart, a beautiful, honest prayer offered up from the depths of your soul. I have seen your unseen faithfulness. I have seen you continue to trust me, to love me, to serve me, even when you have felt no emotional reward, when you have received no outward encouragement, when your very faith has felt like a lonely, foolish act. This quiet, persevering faithfulness, my child, of faith that is not propped up by the applause of the world or the evidence of your senses, is a thing of immense and rare beauty in my sight. It is a faith that is pure, that is costly, and it is a fragrance that has been a constant delight to me, while you have felt yourself to be a forgotten soldier on a lonely outpost. I have seen you as one of my most valiant and honored warriors, faithfully holding your post in the darkest of nights. My gaze upon you, my beloved, has not been the passive gaze of a distant observer. It has been an active, loving, and protective watchfulness. I have been your guardian in the shadows. My presence has been your unseen shield, deflecting arrows of the enemy that you are not even aware of. My spirit has been your quiet guide, subtly steering you away from hidden dangers, gently nudging you towards paths of safety and of life. You have survived your time in the shadows, my child, not by your own strength or cleverness, but because you have been under the constant, vigilant, and all-powerful protection of my loving gaze. Let this truth begin to heal the deep wound of your invisibility. My beloved, you are not unseen. You are not unknown. You are not insignificant. You are, in fact, the object of a divine and constant attention, the focus of a love that is as infinite as it is personal, your life. which has felt so small and unnoticed to you, has been a magnificent epic unfolding before the eyes of the King of the universe. And I have been captivated by your story. I have celebrated your triumphs. I have grieved with you in your sorrows. I have marveled at your endurance. Your life matters to me. My child, more than you can possibly comprehend. This is your true worth, my precious one. It is found not in whether the world sees you, but in the glorious and unshakable truth that I see you. And the one who is seen by God can never be truly invisible. The one who is known by God can never be truly insignificant. As you learn to live in the reality of my constant, loving gaze, you will find yourself liberated from the need for the world's attention. Your security will no longer be in being seen, but knowing that you are seen by me. And this will bring a new and profound peace to your soul. You are free to be faithful in the hidden places, free to love without needing to be noticed, free to serve without needing to be praised. For you know that your true reward, your ultimate affirmation, is found not in the fickle applause of the world, but in the constant, loving, and delighted gaze of your Father. The shadows have hidden you from them, my child, but they have, in a beautiful way, revealed you more fully to me. And my promise to you is that this season of hiddenness is now coming to an end. But as I prepare to lift you out of the shadows and into a new light, carry this beautiful truth with you always. You are seen in the darkness. You were cherished in the obscurity. And you were loved with a perfect and unwavering love in every moment of your unseen journey. For my gaze has, and will always, pierce every shadow that could ever hope to conceal you from my sight. And so, my precious child, as you begin to rest in the profound and healing truth that my loving gaze has been upon you in every moment of your shadow journey, let us now explore the magnificent and loving purpose of this season of obscurity itself. For I know your heart has wondered, if you see me and love me, why have you left me in the shadows for so long? Why the obscurity? Why the feeling of being overlooked, of my gifts lying dormant, of my purpose being unfulfilled? I hear these questions, my beloved, and I'm here to reveal to you that your time in the shadows has not been a punishment, not an abandonment, not a sign of my displeasure. No, my child, your season in the shadows has been a sacred and a necessary season of hidden preparation, a divine and purposeful time for your roots to grow deep where no one could see, preparing you for the magnificent height to which I am now about to lift you. Consider the great and mighty trees of the forest, my child, their glorious height, their capacity to withstand the fiercest of storms is not determined by the strength of their visible branches alone, but by the depth and the strength of their unseen root system. A tree that desires to grow tall must first grow deep. And the deepest, most crucial growth of the roots happens in the darkness of the earth, hidden from all sight. So it has been with you, my beloved. I have destined you to be a great and mighty tree in my kingdom, a tree whose life will bring shelter and fruit to many, in order to prepare you for the great height of your calling. I have first had to lead you through a season of deep, hidden, downward growth. Your time in the shadows has not been a time of stagnation. It has been your sacred season of rooting in the quiet darkness of your obscurity. away from the demanding and often distracting glare of the public spotlight. We have been doing the most important work of all. We have been sending your roots deep into the bedrock of who I am. In your loneliness, your roots have learned to find their true source of companionship in me alone. In your weakness, your roots have learned to draw their strength, not from your own efforts, but from the life-giving soil of my grace. In your confusion, your roots have learned to anchor themselves to the unshakable truth of my word. This deep, hidden work of rooting you in me, my child, is what has created within you the unshakable foundation, the profound stability that will be absolutely essential to support the weight of the visibility, the influence, and the purpose to which I am now calling you. A shallow-rooted life cannot sustain a high calling. But you, my child, because you have endured this season in the shadows, you have developed a root system of such profound strength that you are now ready to be lifted into the light, to grow to your full, magnificent height without any danger of being overthrown. This time in the shadows has also been a season of profound character formation. My precious one, character, true, authentic, and resilient character is not forged in the easy seasons of public applause, but in the difficult, often lonely, seasons of hidden faithfulness, in the obscurity, when no one was watching, when there was no earthly reward for your choices. You have had the opportunity to make decisions from a place of pure, unadulterated integrity. You have learned to be faithful in the small things. You have learned to love when it was costly. You have learned to trust when it was difficult. This hidden work, these quiet choices made in the shadows, have been building within you a character of immense substance, of true, golden, spiritual reality. This is a character that is not a performance, not a facade, but is authentically, beautifully, and powerfully you. And it is this very character that will now be the magnificent substance of the light you will shine when I lift you into your new season. The shadows have also been a place of my divine protection, my beloved, at times, to be lifted into the spotlight before you are truly ready, before your character is fully formed, before your roots are sufficiently deep, can be a dangerous thing. It can lead to pride, to a fall, to a greater wounding. And because I love you, and because I knew you were not yet ready for the full weight of your destiny, I have, in my loving wisdom, kept you hidden for a season. My silence, my seeming lack of action, has not been a rejection. It has been a protection. I have been guarding you, sheltering your becoming, allowing you to mature in the safe, quiet space of your obscurity until the perfect moment for your unveiling. Trust my timing, my child. It is always born of a perfect wisdom and a profound, protective love. And finally, my child, your time in the shadows has given you a unique and beautiful gift, a profound appreciation for the light. One who has always lived in the sun takes its warmth, its beauty, its life-giving power for granted. But you, my beloved, having dwelt for so long in the gloom, you will now experience the light with a gratitude, a wonder, a joy that others may never know. You will not take your new season for granted. You will cherish every moment of it. You will be a more faithful steward of the influence I give you, a more joyful carrier of the purpose I bestow upon you. precisely because you know so intimately the reality of the shadows from which you have been lifted. So, when you look back upon your season of obscurity, my child, see it now with new eyes. It was not a wasted time. It was not a forgotten chapter. It was your sacred greenhouse, your divine incubator, your holy and purposeful season of deep rooting and hidden formation. It was the necessary darkness that has prepared you for your magnificent dawn. And now, my beloved, that season is complete. The roots are deep. The character is formed. And you are ready. You are ready to be lifted out of the shadows. And so, my precious child, having come to understand the sacred and formative purpose of your long season in the shadows, having rested in the truth that your obscurity has been my loving preparation, the time of your hiddenness now reaches its glorious and appointed end. The deep rooting is complete. The secret work of character formation is established. You are now ready for the magnificence of what comes next. And so, I declare to you now, my beloved, that the season of waiting is over, and the season of divine action has begun. For I am not a God who prepares his child for a destiny he does not intend to fulfill. And so, into the very heart of the shadows where you have been dwelling, into the quiet of your obscurity, I am now reaching for you. Behold, my child, for my strong and loving hand is even now reaching down to you, and I have come to take hold of you, to grasp you securely, and to begin the magnificent, glorious, and powerful work of lifting you out. This is the moment of my divine intervention. My child, the moment your story turns from a passive endurance to an active deliverance. You have been faithful in the waiting. You have trusted me in the darkness. And now, you will become a witness to my power, my love, and my faithfulness made manifest on your behalf. You have felt yourself to be stuck, to be powerless to change your own circumstances. And this has been true, but you are not powerless, for you are mine. And the power that is now coming to your aid is not your own, but mine. A power that can shatter any shadow, break any chain, and lift any soul from the deepest of pits into the most glorious of lights. Imagine it now, my beloved, with the eyes of your spirit. See my hand, the very hand that formed the mountains and set the stars in their courses. Now, reaching down into the specific, personal darkness of your own life. It is not a distant, impersonal force, but a personal, intimate touch. It is the hand of your Father reaching for his lost and hidden child. It is the hand of your King coming to rescue his loyal and faithful servant. It is the hand of your divine lover coming to claim his cherished and beloved one. This hand is not hesitant. It is not weak. It is strong. It is certain. And it is reaching directly, purposefully, lovingly for you. And now, my child, comes the moment of sacred contact as you, in your heart, reach back for me in faith. My hand takes hold of yours. Feel the sensation of that divine grip. It is a grip of immense, unshakable power, a power that immediately communicates to your spirit. You are safe now. I have you. You will not fall. The old terrifying feeling of being adrift, of being untethered, is vanquished in an instant by the absolute security of this hold. But feel also, my child, the profound tenderness of my grip. It is not the harsh grip of a captor, but the gentle, loving, and reassuring grasp of a father. Honey, my hand holds you with a perfect understanding of your fragility, of your past wounds, of your present weariness. It is a touch that does not crush, but comforts, a touch that does not demand, but reassures, a touch that communicates, in a language deeper than words, my profound, unconditional, and everlasting love for you. In this single moment of contact, my beloved, you are simultaneously held by my omnipotence and my tenderness, my sovereignty and my intimacy. This is the beginning of your rescue, my precious one. The moment my hand has taken hold of you, your deliverance from the shadows is an absolute certainty. The process of your lifting has begun. You are no longer just a resident of the shadows. You are a soul that is in the process of being actively, powerfully, and lovingly lifted into the light. This is a divine and glorious work, and is a work that I will not abandon until it is complete. I know that you may still feel the presence of the shadows around you. The lifting may not be instantaneous, but the outcome is no longer in doubt. You are in my hands now, and my hands are hands that never fail, hands that never let go. Trust me in this process. My child, trust the strength of my grip. Trust the goodness of my heart. Trust the perfection of my timing. Your part in the sacred ascent is not to strive, not to try and climb in your own strength. Your part is simply to cling to my hand, to hold fast to me in faith, to rest in the security of my grasp, and to allow me, your powerful and loving God, to do the lifting. Let go of your own efforts, release your own fears, and simply, trustingly, allow yourself to be drawn upward, out of the old gloom, out of the old limitations, out of the old obscurity, and into the new, magnificent, and light-filled reality that I have prepared for you. My hand is reaching for you now. My beloved, can you feel its presence? Can you sense its warmth? Open the hand of your own spirit, and by a simple act of faith, place it in mine, for I am here. I have come for you, and I will not leave you in the shadows. I will lift you out. The rescue has begun. And so, my cherished child, with your spirit now held securely in the strong and loving grip of my hand, the great and glorious ascent begins. You have been dwelling in the low, dark places of the earth, in the valleys of shadow and obscurity, for so long, but the time for dwelling there is over. For my hand, which has taken hold of you, is not a hand that will leave you where you are. It is a hand that lifts. Feel now, my beloved, the beginning of the sacred ascent into the light. Feel the gentle, yet irresistible, upward pull of my grace as I begin to lift you out of the old gloom, away from the familiar shadows, and into a new and glorious reality of light, of perspective, and of purpose. This is the journey from your hiddenness to your unveiling, from your limitation to your new, spacious freedom. This ascent, my child, is not a journey of your own striving. You do not have to claw your way up the walls of your own dark pit. You do not have to find the strength to climb. No, my beloved, this is a journey of divine levitation, powered entirely by my love for you. Your part is simply to hold fast to my hand, to trust my grip, to rest in my strength, and to allow yourself to be lifted. As you do, you will begin to feel a new and beautiful sensation, a spiritual weightlessness. The heavy burdens that have kept you grounded in the shadows for so long, the weight of your sorrow, the weight of your shame, the weight of your fear, begin to lose their gravitational pull upon your soul. As you rise in me, they fall away from you, unable to follow you into the higher altitudes of my grace. As you begin to ascend, my child, your perspective on the very shadows you have inhabited begins to change. From the ground, the darkness seemed all-encompassing, a world without end. But now, as I lift you higher, you begin to see it as it truly is, a finite, contained space. You look down and you see the boundaries of your old trial. You see where it began and where it is now ending. You see its true size in relation to the vast, light-filled world I am now bringing you into. And in this new, higher perspective, the darkness, which once seemed so terrifying and so absolute, is reduced to its proper proportion. It was but a small, shadowy valley in the magnificent, mountainous landscape of your eternal life in me. This new perspective brings a profound healing, my beloved, for it robs the darkness of its old, intimidating power over you. And as I lift you higher still, my precious one, you begin to break through the canopy of the gloom and to enter into the light. At first, it may be the gentle, soft light of a new dawn, and your spiritual eyes, so long accustomed to the dark, may blink and need time to adjust. But I'm with you, and I will temper the light for you, allowing you to acclimate to its beauty, to its warmth, to its glory. Feel the warmth of this light upon your spirit. My child, it is a warmth of my unconditional love, my joyful acceptance, my profound delight in you. It is a warmth that dispels the last of the chills of your long night, a warmth that brings a new and vibrant life to your very soul. This is a sacred ascent into a new reality. The very air you breathe is different here. It is the pure, clean, hope-filled air of my kingdom. Inhale it deeply. My child, let it fill your being, for this is the air you were created to breathe. As you do, you will feel a new energy, a new vitality, a new joy returning to your spirit, a beautiful, divine resuscitation that is the fruit of being lifted into my presence. In this new, elevated place, you will also discover a new vision, a new clarity. The old shadows obscured your path. They hid your purpose. They confused your direction. But here, in the clear, brilliant light of your new reality, you will begin to see with a new and wonderful precision. You will see the path I have prepared for you stretching out before you, a path of purpose, of fruitfulness, of adventure. You will see the beautiful destiny for which your time in the shadows was a necessary preparation. The confusion of your former obscurity gives way to the glorious, light-filled clarity of your divine calling. I, your God, your loving lifter. I delight in this sacred ascent with you, to see your spirit, once so mired in the shadows, now rising into the light, to see your face, once downcast, now turned towards the sun of my love, to see your heart, once heavy, now becoming light with a new hope and a new joy. This is my profound delight. This is the victory I have won for you, the beautiful fulfillment of my promise. So do not be afraid, my beloved. As you feel yourself rising, do not look back with longing at the familiar shadows. They were never your true home. Your home is here, with me, in the light. Trust the process. Hold fast to my hand and allow yourself to be lifted higher and higher out of the old reality and into the magnificent, glorious, and everlasting new reality of a life that is lived in the beautiful. purposeful, and all-encompassing light of your God. You are rising, my child, and the shadows are falling away forever. And so, my cherished child, as a sacred ascent into the light is completed, as you feel my loving hand release you from its upward pull, you find yourself now standing in a new and magnificent place. The old, low-lying valley of the shadows is now far beneath you. I have not just lifted you out, my beloved. I have lifted you up. I have placed your feet upon a higher ground, a holy mountain, a place of magnificent visibility, of expansive vision, of profound purpose, and of beautiful new influence. This, my child, is the destination to which your journey through the shadows has been leading. And it is from this new and honored position that the next glorious chapter of your life will now unfold. Remember the limited perspective you had when you were dwelling in the shadows. Your vision was constricted, your horizon near. You could see only the immediate obstacles, the looming fears, the darkness that was right before your face. But now, standing upon this higher ground to which I have brought you, your entire perspective is transformed. You can now see with my eyes, with a new and glorious clarity. You can look back upon the very valley of shadow you have just journeyed through, and from this elevated vantage point, you can see its true shape, its purpose, its beginning, and its end. You can see the path I was carving for you, a path that was invisible to you when you were in the midst of it, from this higher ground. My child, your own past is redeemed in your sight, seen now not as a chaotic and painful maze, but as a beautiful, winding pathway that has led you with unerring precision to this very place of light and of peace. And from this higher ground, you can now look forward with a new vision. The future is no longer an impenetrable wall of darkness. From this holy mountain, you can see the landscape of my promises stretching out before you. You can see the good works I have prepared for you to walk in. You can see the divine appointments I have arranged. The future is no longer a source of anxiety, but a beautiful and exciting vista, a land of promise that you are now invited to walk into with a new and joyful confidence. This new, elevated perspective, my beloved, is one of the most precious gifts of your new position. And just as you can now see in a new way, so you can now be seen in a new way. In the shadows, you were invisible, your light hidden, your story unknown. But here, on this higher ground, you have been placed upon a lampstand, your life a city set on a hill that cannot be hidden. The world, which once overlooked you, will now see you. But what will they see? They will see a person who has been transformed by grace. They will see a soul that is radiant with a peace that surpasses understanding, a joy that is resilient, a strength that is gentle. They will see the beauty of your character, which was forged in the secret fires of your trial. And they will see the story of your life, a magnificent testament to a God who can take a soul from the deepest of shadows and place it upon the highest of mountains. Your very life, my child, has now become a beacon of my hope, a witness to my power, a glorious display of my redemptive love. This new visibility, my child, is not for your own glory, but for mine. It is not so that the world will admire you, but so that, in seeing your transformed life, they might be drawn to admire me, the one who has done this glorious work in you. This new position brings with it a beautiful and holy purpose to be a light, a guide, a source of hope for those who are still wandering in their own shadowed valleys. Having journeyed through the darkness yourself, you are now uniquely equipped to understand their struggle, to speak their language, and to point them towards the same loving hand that lifted you. Your past pain, redeemed and transformed, has now become your powerful platform of ministry. I, your God, your loving Father, I delight in this new position I have given you. I have not lifted you out of the shadows only for your own comfort, but for the fulfillment of your glorious destiny, a destiny that has always been to be a radiant expression of my own being in the world. To see you standing now on this higher ground, secure in your identity, clear in your purpose, and shining with a beautiful, authentic light is a joy to my heart. Embrace this new position, my precious one. Do not be afraid of the visibility. Do not shrink back from the holy influence I have given you. You have been prepared for this. The very shadows that you once endured have been the perfect training ground for this new life in the light. Walk now in the quiet authority, the gentle confidence, and the joyful purpose of the person I have rebuilt you to be. You have been lifted from the shadows, my child, and placed upon a higher ground. And from this beautiful, magnificent place, you will shine for my glory, for all your days to come. And so, my cherished child, as you stand upon this new and higher ground, your spirit beginning to grow accustomed to the beautiful, clear light of your new reality, let me now speak the final, most glorious, and most securing truth of all, the lifting you have experienced. This sacred ascent from the shadows into the light is not a temporary reprieve, not a fleeting visit to a better place from which you will one day have to descend. No, my beloved, this is your new and permanent home. The promise I seal upon your heart today is this: you will dwell in the light. I have not just lifted you out of the shadows. I have established you in the light, and my unwavering commitment is to ensure that you will never again be overcome by the old darkness, but that you will live and move and have your being in the beautiful, glorious, and everlasting light of my presence forevermore. The deepest fear of a soul that has known a long season of obscurity is that the shadows will one day return and reclaim them. You may still carry within you a subtle anxiety, a fear that this new positional light and purpose is a fragile one, that a new trial, a new failure, a new sorrow could send you tumbling back down into the familiar, gloomy valley. But I am here to utterly banish that fear from your heart. For the work I have done in you is an eternal work. The foundation upon which you now stand is an eternal foundation, and the light in which you now dwell is an eternal light, for it is the very light of my own being. My commitment to you, my child, is to be the one who keeps you in this light. Your security is not in your own ability to stay on this higher ground, but in my power to hold you here. My grace is the very atmosphere of this new reality, an atmosphere that the old shadows cannot penetrate. My love is the unsetting sun of this new day, a light that will never fade. And my presence is the unshakable ground beneath your feet, a foundation from which you can never be moved. You do not have to live in fear of falling back. My child, for you are being held in place by the omnipotent, everlasting love of your God. This is the great and final victory over the darkness in your life. Its ultimate power over you has been broken. It may still exist in the world around you. Its shadows may at times try to encroach upon your path, but it can never again claim you. It can never again define you. It can never again be your home. For you have been translated from its kingdom into the glorious kingdom of my light. And your citizenship here is eternal. Your position here is secure. Your dwelling place here is forever. Live, then, my beloved, as a child of the light. Let this be your new and true identity. Let the very way you think, the way you speak, the way you live, be a reflection of this new, light-filled reality. Walk with the confidence of one who knows they are secure. Love with the generosity of one who knows their source is infinite. And shine with the joyful radiance of one who knows that the light they carry can never be extinguished. The season of hiddenness, of obscurity, of feeling overlooked is over. That was your sacred preparation. But this new season, the season of your revealed purpose, of your gentle influence, of your radiant shining, this is your destiny. I have lifted you out of the shadows for a glorious reason, that your very life might be a testament to my goodness, a beacon of my hope, a beautiful display of my power to take a soul from the lowest of valleys and to set it upon the highest of mountains. I delight in you, my child. As you stand here in the light, my heart is filled with joy as I behold the beautiful, strong, and radiant person you have become through your journey. And my promise to you is that I will be with you always, your constant source, your unfailing protector, your loving companion, as you learn to live out the beautiful destiny that is now yours. So do not fear, my precious one. The shadows have lost their hold. The light has come. And you, my beloved, you will dwell in this beautiful, glorious, and everlasting light for all your days and for all of eternity, for I have lifted you from the shadows. And your new home is here with me. And now, my cherished child of light, as you stand upon the high and sunlit ground of your new and everlasting reality, let your spirit be utterly at peace. The long season in the shadows is over, its purpose fulfilled, its power broken. You are now and forever a dweller in the light, held securely in my loving presence, established in my divine purpose. Rest in this glorious security. Breathe in the clean air of your freedom, and let the warm, beautiful light of my unfailing love be your joy, your peace, and your home from this moment into all of eternity.